Have you ever wondered whether the promise that protecting life brings great blessings is just a comforting slogan, or a real law of cause and effect that is shaping your future right now? Welcome back to the channel, my friend. I am your companion on this long road of life, destiny, and inner practice. Today we are going to talk about something that sounds very old, but is actually incredibly modern and practical for anyone who cares about their health, their relationships, and their spiritual growth. The decision not to kill, not to harm, not to treat other lives as disposable. In one Mahayana scripture often translated as the Great Collection Sutra, the Buddha explains that if a person really stops killing and abandons the habit of taking life, 10 profound kinds of merit begin to unfold. If that goodness is further dedicated to awakening, it becomes a cause for great wisdom in the future. The original text says that such a person gradually becomes fearless, deeply compassionate, less sick, clearer in judgment, longer lived, more fortunate, and at the end of life avoids falling into miserable states, instead moving toward brighter realms and better circumstances. If we translate all of that into today's language, the message is simple and powerful. The way you treat life is the way life will treat you. The heart that delights in harming makes your world darker and colder. The heart that refuses to harm, and even protects other beings, slowly turns your world warmer, clearer, and safer. So in this video, I want to walk with you through this teaching in a very down to earth way, not as a distant religious rule, and not as a rigid moral lecture, but as a series of stories and reflections that you can feel in your own daily life. We will look at what killing really means in a modern context, far beyond just physically taking a life. We will unpack those 10 kinds of merit not as abstract promises, but as changes in your body, your mind, your relationships, and your destiny. And we will see how every time you choose compassion over cruelty, you are not just protecting others, you are rewriting your own path. So, sit with me for a while. Let us treat this as a long, honest conversation about fear, kindness, health, karma, and the quiet power of not killing. Imagine this: you are walking down the street and you see a small stray dog. Skinny, fur-matted, eyes full of fear. One passerby lifts his foot to kick it away in disgust. Another person crouches down, offers some water, and gently speaks to it. In that moment, two different worlds appear. On the outside, they share the same city, the same weather, the same news. But inside, they are living into completely different universes. The first is feeding a habit of domination and contempt. The second is watering a seed of compassion and connection. Over time, those habits harden into who they are, and who they are shapes what life brings them. That is what this whole teaching is really about. Let us start from the beginning. What does not killing really mean? Most people here do not kill and immediately think, well, I do not murder anyone, so this has nothing to do with me. But if we look deeper, in the light of both spiritual wisdom and modern life, we find that killing has many more faces than just the obvious one. You can kill with hands, but you can also kill with words and with indifference. You can kill a body, and you can also kill trust, hope, dignity, joy. Think about these situations. A group of teenagers gathers in a corner of the schoolyard. One shy boy stands apart, clutching his book. The others start to laugh at him, giving him cruel nicknames, pushing him around just for fun. Nobody draws blood. Nobody ends up in the hospital. But something inside that boy collapses a little that day. A part of his self, minus confidence, dies. His trust in people dies a little. His sense of worth is wounded. On social media, a young artist posts her work. One person calmly offers constructive feedback. Another account, hiding behind anonymity, writes a stream of insults, encouraging others to pile on, treating her as less than human. Again, nobody raised a knife, nobody pulled a trigger, but a stranger's heart, already tired and lonely, might be pushed a step closer to despair. In an office, a manager enjoys humiliating subordinates in front of the whole team. He jokes that he is just being direct, that they have to toughen up, but day after day, he is slowly killing enthusiasm, creativity, and the subtle dignity that allows people to feel that their work matters and their existence has value. From a spiritual perspective, all of these are forms of killing. They spring from the same root, the belief that my feelings and my convenience are more important than the life and feelings of others. The belief that I can use another being as an object for my amusement, my frustration, my fear, my greed. When the old sutra talks about not killing, it is not only talking about the extreme case of taking a life. It is pointing to the inner decision. I do not want my happiness to be built on the suffering of other beings. That one decision, if you truly make it and keep making it, begins to transform everything. Let me tell you a story. There was once a man we can call Daniel. He grew up in a family where anger was normal. His father had a bad temper and loved to fish and hunt. Weekends meant going out with knives, traps, and rods. Animals were trophies. Cooking meat over the fire was a symbol of manlines. When Daniel was young, he did not question it. It was just the way things were. In his early 30s, he started his own small company. The way he dealt with employees looked very similar to the way his father treated animals. If someone made a mistake, he would lash out with sarcasm and humiliation. In negotiations, he enjoyed pushing people against the wall, squeezing every advantage, watching them squirm. He told himself, "This is how you survive in business. It is a jungle. If I do not dominate, I will be dominated." Outside, he seemed successful. Inside, he was always tense. He slept poorly, woke with jaw pain from grinding his teeth. His blood pressure crept up. His relationships were rocky. Partners complained that he was cold, controlling, quick to anger. When something went wrong, he always blamed someone else. One day, on his way home, he saw a small scene that cracked his armor. A little girl, maybe 6 years old, was standing in the rain next to a cardboard box. Inside the box, 2 tiny kittens shivered. She was holding an umbrella over them, getting wet herself. Her father came rushing over and scolded her. "You are all soaked. Why did you not stand under the roof?" She looked up, very serious, and said, "They do not have umbrellas. I can share mine." Those words hit something deep inside Daniel. For the first time in many years, he felt ashamed in a way that was different from the shame of not winning. It was the shame of seeing how small his own heart had become. That night, he could not sleep. Images flashed in his mind, the fish gasping for air when he was a child, the animals his father had hunted, the faces of employees he had crushed with his words. He realized that the same habit of mind had been acting through him all along. Others exist for my use. If I need to hurt them to get what I want, that is acceptable. Slowly, a different thought arose. What if I choose not to live like this anymore? He did not suddenly become a saint, but he started with small things. He stopped going hunting with his father, even when his father mocked him for becoming soft. He tried, when anger flared at work, to pause and ask himself, if I say what I am about to say, will it kill this person's dignity? Is there another way? He donated to an animal shelter and, one weekend, visited it. There he held a trembling dog, abandoned and frightened. When it licked his hand, something melted in him. Weeks passed, then months. He noticed that his sleep improved, his jaw relaxed. He found himself laughing more easily with his team. People were less afraid to bring him bad news. They knew he would still be firm, but not cruel. His blood pressure went down. In his annual checkup, the doctor commented, "Whatever you are doing, keep doing it." Was this a miracle? Was it magic? Not at all. It was the natural result of a deep shift in inner habit. The energy he used to spend feeding anger, domination, and contempt was now being redirected into understanding, patience, and kindness. In Buddhist language, he was moving from killing karma to the karma of protecting life. His energy field changed, and the world responded. Think of the 10 merits of not killing as 10 natural consequences of this change. The first merit is fearlessness in front of beings. When you consistently choose not to harm others, something very simple happens. You no longer see enemies everywhere. The world is no longer a battlefield where everyone is a potential threat or object. Animals feel your softness. Children feel your warmth. Even adults, who may not be conscious of it, sense that you are not looking at them with the eyes of a predator. You have probably met such people. When they enter a room, dogs do not bark at them. Babies stop crying when they hold them. Strangers open up in conversation. It is not because they have some flashy charisma. It is because, over time, they have trained their hearts away from cruelty and toward compassion. Their presence says, without words, "You are safe with me." On the other hand, there are people whose faces look harsh, whose eyes are sharp with suspicion and anger. Animals shrink away. Children avoid them. People feel nervous around them. Often, these are the people who have not resolved their own habit of harming, either through physical acts or through constant mental aggression. Even if they are not violent in action, their inner world is full of imaginary battles. Not killing is not just about what you do with your hands. It is about what kind of presence you are in the lives of others. The second merit is the growth of great compassion. Once you stop harming, you free up space to feel. When you are no longer numbing yourself to the suffering of others to justify your own behavior, you start to notice their pain more acutely. At first, this can be uncomfortable. It is easier not to think about how the animal on your plate lived and died, or how the person you mocked will carry your words like a wound. But if you stay with that discomfort, it slowly transforms into a deep tenderness. Compassion is not weakness. It is clarity plus courage. Clarity to see that others feel as deeply as you do. Courage to let that knowledge guide your choices, even when it costs you a little comfort. There is an old saying from the Buddhist tradition: if you want to know your past lives, look at your present body. If you want to know your future lives, look at your present mind. Whether you believe in rebirth or not, the principle is practical. Your current state is the fruit of past habits, and your future state will be the fruit of the habits you cultivate now. Every time you choose not to kill, not to crush, not to humiliate, you are carving a new groove in your mind. You are teaching yourself, this is who I am, someone who protects instead of destroys. Over years, that becomes your natural character, and that character shapes every outcome. The third and fourth merits mentioned in the scripture relate to health and mental clarity: fewer illnesses, fewer mental afflictions, a mind that can decide wisely. Think about the stress that comes from a life of constant conflict. When you are always in attack mode, your nervous system stays on high alert. Your body floods with stress hormones. Over time, this damages organs, weakens immunity, and clouds judgment. By contrast, a person who restrains their harmful impulses and cultivates kindness rests more often in states of calm. They may still face problems and injustices, but they no longer add unnecessary aggression on top of what is already there. This protects the body like a gentle climate protects a plant. Their sleep becomes deeper. Their digestion improves. Their face softens. These are the outer signs of inner non-violence. Now, you might say, but I know kind people who get sick, and cruel people who seem strong and rich. So, where are these promised merits? This is a fair question, and we should not avoid it. From the perspective of karma, cause and effect does not mean an immediate, visible bargain. I saved a fish today, so tomorrow I will win the lottery. It means that every action, every thought is a seed. Some seeds grow quickly, like grass. Some take years, like a tree. Some may not ripen fully in this single lifetime, but none disappear. Imagine a person who smoked heavily for 20 years and then quits. They will not wake up the next day with brand new lungs. The damage already done will still need time to show and time to heal. But from the day they stop smoking, they are no longer adding new harm. Their risk of disease begins, slowly, to go down. Even if some disease still appears later, the fact that they stopped when they did may be the difference between life and death, or between a short painful illness and a long manageable one. In the same way, when you stop killing and hurting, you are not erasing all the consequences of your past, but you are changing the trajectory of your future. You may still meet certain difficulties that were already on their way, yet you will face them with a different energy, and the long-term curve of your destiny becomes brighter. Another merit often associated with non-killing is longevity and protection from disasters. Again, we do not need to see this as superstition. Think of a person who drives angrily, speeds, and constantly takes risks because they do not care about the lives of others. Their chance of dying in an accident is obviously higher. A person who respects life, doctors carefully, and avoids violence naturally stays farther away from situations where death and injury are likely. Their life is extended by their own cautious compassion. There is also the quieter level when many living beings, their safety to you. There is a subtle field of gratitude that surrounds you. Whether you imagine this as invisible beings, as the softening of your own subconscious, or as the ripening of karmic seeds, the result is the same. In times of danger, unexpected help appears more often. The coincidences that save you are not random. They are the echo of your past kindness. Let me share another story. A woman named Elena was a nurse in a small hospital. Her life was not easy. She was a single mother, often exhausted from night shifts. Yet she had one very strong vow in her hands. No one would be treated as just a case. She spoke gently even to patients who were unconscious. She would silently apologize when she had to cause pain for a procedure. When she saw insects struggling in the hallway, she cleared them aside instead of crushing them. Her colleagues sometimes teased her, "You are too soft. This world will eat you alive." She smiled and kept doing what felt right. One winter, on her way home, she slipped on ice and fell into a shallow ditch by the side of a rural road. Her leg was broken, her phone battery was dead, and the air was bitterly cold. Cars were rare at that hour. With every passing minute, the danger of hypothermia grew. She tried to stay awake, repeating to herself, "My son needs me. I cannot leave yet." Just as her consciousness began to blur, a car that usually would have taken another route that evening turned down that road. The driver, A man she had once cared for in the hospital felt a sudden impulse to visit a friend and decided to take the shortcut past that ditch. His headlights caught a faint movement on the ground. He stopped, called for help, and stayed with her until the ambulance arrived. Later, when Ellen awoke up in the hospital, bruised but alive, she remembered dozens of faces she had cared for, dozens of moments when she had chosen patience over irritation. Tears came to her eyes. She felt, in her bones, that her life had been carried back to her by all those invisible bonds of kindness she had woven over the years. You can call it luck. You can call it grace. You can call it the fruit of karma. For her, it was a confirmation no genuine compassion is ever wasted. Now, I want to bring this down even closer to you. Think about your daily habits, not the big, dramatic ones, but the small, repetitive ones. Do you crush insects reflexively? Or do you at least try to move them out of your home? Do you use your words like knives or like bridges? When you eat, do you eat with some awareness of the lives that have gone into your plate? Or do you numb yourself with entertainment so you do not have to think? Non-skilling in the fullest sense is not a single big decision. It is 1,000 small ones. It is catching yourself before you send the cruel comment, before you join that online mob, before you destroy someone's reputation just to feel powerful. It is stepping back from the habit of seeing other beings as tools, enemies, or entertainment, and beginning to see them as fellow travelers in this strange journey of existence. From the angle of inner practice, every time you choose not kill in any form, you strengthen your own Buddha-nature, that original capacity for wisdom and compassion that lies beneath all your habits. You are polishing the mirror of your heart so that it can reflect light more clearly. And when the mirror is clearer, your whole world looks different. As we move toward the end of this long reflection, let us circle back to where we started. Those 10 merits, that promise that if you stop harming life, life itself will become friendlier to you. Maybe you are listening to this unthinking, I have already done many harmful things. I have hurt people I loved. I have killed animals without caring. I have spoken words that I cannot take back. Is it too late? The spiritual answer, across many traditions, is simple: as long as you are still breathing, it is not too late to turn. In fact, the very feeling of regret that you carry is not a curse. It is the awakening of conscience. It is the first step toward a different future. There is a famous saying, even 100-year-old evil person, if he truly turns his heart, can create a new destiny. Even 100-year-old good person, if he abandons goodness, can fall into darkness. Destiny is not a fixed sentence. It is a living process of cause and effect, continually shaped by our choices. So what can you do, concretely, if you want to walk this path of non-skilling and compassion more consciously? You can start with awareness. For 1 week, simply watch how you treat other beings, including the smallest ones. Notice when impatience arises, when you treat someone as an obstacle. Do not judge yourself harshly. Just see. You can set a small, clear intention. For example, today, I will not speak any words that I know are meant only to hurt. Or this week, I will choose at least one meal that does not require an animal's death, and I will eat it with gratitude. These may seem like small acts, but they are powerful because they are deliberate. You can practice empathy. When you are about to kill an insect, you can pause and think, this tiny life also wants to live, just as I do. When you are about to snap at someone, you can ask, if I were in their position, How would I feel hearing what I am about to say? That single moment of imagining can interrupt the automatic chain of harm. You can make amends. Where possible, you can apologize to those you have hurt, not as a performance, but as a sincere act of humility. Even when you cannot find someone again, you can resolve in your heart not to repeat the same pattern. In Buddhist practice, there is a tradition of confession and vow, acknowledging one's mistakes openly in front of the awakened qualities of mind and promising to walk differently. And uke and etiquette, every act of restraint, every act of protection, you can inwardly dedicate to something greater than your own comfort, to the well-being of all beings, to the awakening of your own heart, to a future where your descendants will inherit less violence and more kindness. When you live like this, non-skilling stops being a heavy rule and becomes a path of joy. You will still feel anger sometimes. Of course, you will still make mistakes, but gradually you will notice that your default reaction is changing. You shout less and listen more. You punish less and guide more. You demand less and appreciate more. The 10 merits begin to show themselves in ways you did not plan. People trust you. Animals approach you. Your health stabilizes. Your dreams grow peaceful. Your fear of death softens. In the end, the deepest gift of not killing is not just a longer life, or more luck, or fewer nightmares. It is the discovery that your heart is much wider than you thought, that you are capable of a compassion that stays steady even when others are difficult, that you can live in this world, which is full of cruelty, without adding to its burden. When the time comes for you to leave this world, you will be able to look back and say, I did not live perfectly, but I did what I could to reduce suffering, not increase it. I tried to leave more kindness than I found. That quiet confidence is worth more than any wealth. Before we close, I want to speak to you very personally. Maybe you grew up in a rough environment, where violence was normal and sensitivity was mocked. Maybe you have followed habits of anger and harm for many years. Maybe even today you shouted at someone or crushed something without thinking. And now you feel a little sting in your chest as you listen. Please know, the fact that you can feel that sting means your original goodness is still alive. You are not a monster. You are a human being who has learned some painful habits. And what is learned can be unlearned. You can start over, right here, in this breath. Take this teaching of non-skilling, not as a heavy judgment, but as an invitation to become the kind of person whose presence makes the room safer, whose hands are associated with healing, not hurting, whose words leave others standing taller, not smaller. If this resonates with you, I invite you to reflect after this video in your own life. Where can you begin to practice non-skilling more consciously? Is it in how you talk to your children? How you speak about colleagues when they are not in the room? How you treat the animals and the land around you? And I would love to hear your stories. Have you experienced a moment when a small act of mercy seemed to protect you later in an unexpected way? Have you seen someone's life change when they gave up harmful habits and turned toward compassion? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments. Your story might be the light that helps someone else make a different choice. If this long conversation touched you, if it gave you even a little more courage to be kind in a harsh world, please remember to subscribe to the channel, give this video a like, and leave a comment so the algorithm knows to send it to more people who might need it. And if you feel called to support this space more deeply, you can also consider joining as a member so we can continue creating content about awakening, wisdom, karma, compassion, practice, and destiny together. Thank you for spending this time here. May every life you spare, every harsh word you swallow, every act of protection you offer, return to you is fearlessness, clarity, and peace. Life gets noisy. Work, stress, expectations. Sometimes we lose touch with the quiet part of ourselves. Bracelet isn't just an accessory. It's a small reminder that you deserve peace. You deserve moments of stillness. You deserve to hold on to your inner balance. If one of these bracelets speaks to your heart, you'll find the purchase link in the description below. And even more auctions available on our channel's shop page. Pick home the one that feels right.